Hey everyone, I am Crystal. If you're new or a returning Yarny Cat, welcome. I am still waiting on Alicia. I sent her a message. Hopefully she'll be here in the next few minutes. I told her I was going to go ahead and start, get everything going, and bring her up when she would get in. I can't see my chat. 1 second. But welcome if you were watching the replay. Alicia's channel link is in the description box. If you're here currently with me live, it is pinned to the top of the chat. So got the ad out of the way. Now I can kind of see the chat a little bit. We have Angela Wright, Lisa Gillette, Mimi Loves Crochet, Mimi Tammy, and Noelle, Michelle Romano. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, KimG. Alicia should be here in the next few minutes. Hopefully, she hadn't forgotten. I reminded her yesterday what time it was going to be at. Now, I just want to let y'all know that she is having problems with her vision, so she's not going to be able to read the chat. If you have a question for her, put one emoji before and one emoji after your question, so I won't miss it. I'm going to try my best to keep up with the chat a little better today than I did on Friday. Welcome in Kendra and Flower Tammy. Balling up some scrap yarn. Awesome. So I did end up setting a goal. I think the goal, I always forget what it is. Hold on. I know whoever does the, make you go all the way up to the top. No, okay. I'll draw 10 extra names with 2 entries each, and they will go into this month and next month's giveaway. And the people that do the 5 supers will also get 2 extra entries. So we do have that, and I set it for 3 hours because I did it like, I think 20 minutes before 12, so I didn't have to try to do it like right as I'm going live. So there is that. Let me scroll back down to the bottom. Let's see. We have MichelleJ, CrochetingDogMom. Welcome in. Like I said, I'm still waiting on Alicia. Hopefully she'll be here soon. But how is everybody doing? What have y'all been up to? I've been spinning yarn like crazy, man. I got two more hanks to spin and I'm done for my live sale. Very happy about that. So I hope she's okay. And I don't think she had a separate device she could watch the chat from, so. Thank you, Kendra. Working on crazy spreadsheet. I guess that's for work, right? Thank you so much. MichelleJ is asking how everyone's week is going so far. Well, mine is good. I got 2 more hanks of yarn to spin. What's on my shirt? Kitten nuggets. It's a shirt that Katie gave me for my birthday. I absolutely just love it. It's so cute. Hi, Alley Cat, Kimberly. Just laying down today. I had a cortisone shot today. Oh no. Thank you, Noelle. I absolutely love it. Oh, good, Kim. I am glad you are doing good after the surgery. I knew you were having surgery. I just couldn't remember what day, but Wednesday of last week, I'm guessing. Recovering at home. Good, good, good. Just take it easy. Get lots of rest. Hi, Denise. Welcome in. And welcome in RoseannAlexander. Still waiting on Alicia. So hopefully everything's okay. You know, she hasn't been on a live in a long time, so it might be making her verify. I do have where you have to verify, so it might be some kind of technical thing she's going through. Surprise, they let me go home on Friday. Oh, good. Was it like a small surgery or a major surgery, Kim? I mean, I'm not asking details. I'm just, was it, you know, minor or a major? It don't matter. Either way, I'm glad you're good and I'm glad you're at home. It never lets me know when somebody has joined, so that's why I keep looking up. It'll just have a red circle sitting there. So, major abdominal surgery, still have a draining place. Well, I'm glad to hear that you are home and recovering. She could have been in town and forgot. Who knows? I don't know. Oh, that was my mom. Thought maybe for a split second it might have been her, but nope. It was my mom. She said she's not feeling well. Very serious surgery. I pray you have someone with you. Yeah. Her hubby should be with her. I'm also going to remind everyone Thursday is Yarny Cat Spotlight. So if y'all have any finished projects that y'all want to submit pictures for, it is this Thursday. It was actually supposed to be last Thursday and forgot. So it'll be this Thursday. And like I always say, you can post them in my Facebook group or send them to my email. Aw. Well, Patricia's good. She's just came in from outside. She was supposed to go into town, and I realized her car was still here, and I'm like, so I went and checked on her. She started working on one of the quilts. I did see that, Noelle. Very beautiful mates. Thank you for sharing your pictures. Oh,
Then I'm going.
okay. Hi, Demetra. Welcome in. I'm fiddling with my pen. I'm nervous. Alicia hasn't shown up yet.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, I thought maybe you were stripping the yarn.
I'm fiddling with my pen, and my grandmother goes, I'm just sitting here kind of like twirling my pen. And she's like, what? What are you doing there? And I said, I'm nervous because Alicia hasn't shown up yet. So, but hopefully hopefully she'll be here. If not, if she misses this live, I do have her actually scheduled for next month on a Friday. We were going to do a Tuesday live this month and a Friday live because different people, you know, sometimes can't make the Tuesday lives that come to the Friday ones and vice versa. So you actually made something this week. What did you make? All I've made is yarn. I want to do something else. So as soon as I get these two hanks done, I'm going to start knitting on my shawl again. Aw, thank you, Demetra. I think I cut my hair back in June last month, before my birthday, I think. Yeah.
I pulled that door as hard as I could. I couldn't shut it.
Okay.
It's got maybe just a little crack. It's not locked, but I just could not get it to shut. Oh, nifty news report. They're going to have another big sale at Dollar. I'll just tell them.
Dollar General is having a sale.
1st to the 7th.
1st to the 7th.
And it's an extra 50% off.
Extra 50% off.
Of anything that's already on sale.
So it's a clearance sale.
A clearance plus anything that has a like 25% off, 50% off, 75% off. Those are regular sales that are on sale, and then you get an extra 50. But the clearance section is going to be an extra 50 also. So yay.
Made a phone carrier for my mom. Oh, that's awesome. All right, bye. Yeah, it's set to $5 supers. Sorry, Kendra. Been out of the loop a bit. It's okay. It's all right. Sometimes I wear my hair up in a ponytail. Sometimes I have it pulled back. Sometimes I wear it down. About 90% of the time I have my hair up. So I try to wear it down on the lives because it just looks nicer than what I normally wear my hair as. Maybe I should message her again. Gotta pull up Facebook. Let's see. Aw, thank you so much, Kendra. Morning, Screaming Goat. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Oh yeah, I was checking Facebook. Lisa has been a member for 3 months. She says, hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Lisa, for being a member. Darn thing. That was my mom's message. Well, respond back to my mom. She messaged me, said not feeling good. Okay, still nothing from Alicia. She has not seen my message, so I don't know. Doesn't say when she was last at. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'll leave that open just in case, so I don't have to reopen it. I mean the tab. But anyway, let's see. Well, I don't know where she's at, so maybe she'll just pop up at some point. So what's everybody been working on? What do y'all got on y'all's hooks or needles? Once I get finished, I got 2 more hanks of yarn to do, which I should have those done today. And then I'm gonna start working on my knit shawl. So hopefully I can get that done. I think I have less than 23 rows, 25 rows, something. I don't remember. Aw, thank you so much, Denise. And Demetra got it. Aw, cool. Something my mom just said. I don't know. Demetra. Hi, Kirsten. And this is for, let's do the squawk for the naked snail, Demetra. Welcome, Roseanne says, welcome in new member. And Flower Tammy has a summery top on the hook. Am I on live chat? Yes, I am. Okay, good. Oh, what did I just do to my browser? I don't know. It made the screen smaller. Very strange. I haven't had one in 20 years. I've been feeling weird for 2 weeks. My mom thinks she was going to have a panic attack. Oh, it's different notifications popping up. Hi, Diana Crane. Welcome in. KimG has been a member for 30 months. Wow, she goes, love it here. Thank you so much, Kim. Warning, screaming goat. Forgot to mention that. I hope I told her 1 p.m. Central Time. I mean, 1 p.m. Eastern instead of 2 p.m. I don't remember. Why does my browser look so much? It made the screen like really small. I don't know how I did that. Oh well. If she makes it, she makes it. If she don't, I guess. Well, we draw winners on Friday. Hopefully we don't have a lot of redraws. Michelle Romano says, I'm doing the squares for the Diana D friendship Afghan. Aw, that's awesome. Hi, Lana Nana. Is it Lana or Lana? Like how Dee says it. I'm just curious. I don't want to be saying your name wrong. My stomach just growled. Welcome in. My hair keeps tickling me. Banana. Lana? So Lana? Is that it? Lana? But I'm not picky. I am doing the squares too. I'm trying different ones to decide which one to actually do. Ah. I'm sorry, I'm making Grand Princess some food. It's okay. It's all right. Yes, Lana. Got it. I will remember that. Lana Nana. She says, hello, everyone. So how's the thing with the squares work? Do y'all have certain ones y'all can make or any square? Hi, Pam Hunter. Welcome in. Don't know where Alicia is. I messaged her, so. Michelle Romano is asking Kendra, I'm doing different squares and colors to send. Is that allowed? Or they all have to be the same? Do you know? And then Kirsten says, for the friendship blanket, it can be any square as long as it is a 12-inch square. Awesome. And then Kirsten is telling Michelle, yes, you can do any square you want. Years ago, when I was first starting to learn to crochet, I had a lot of scrap yarn. And so what I did was I used it on granny squares. And I think I have a little tub about this long, maybe about that wide, and it's stuffed full of small granny squares. Well, maybe about 3-inch granny squares, maybe 4-inch. I mean, you know, like that. I think it's like 5 rounds, 4 rounds, 5 rounds. And I just kind of kept them Every once in a while, I'll make some more, add them to it. They're all different colors, all different. Some are alternating, some are solid, some are like different color each row. So anyway, I'm going to be on Dee's live this Thursday evening at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, chilling in the yarn room with Dee. So I don't know if I have enough to do a blanket. Possibly. I might have enough to do like a baby blanket. I was gonna save them up and eventually make a huge, like, big granny square one, but I still don't have enough to do like a twin size. But poor Noelle, she says dealing with this tangled yarn barf scrap bin is crazy. I'm determined. That is terrible. I feel for you. Yes, don't let it win. Hi, Jill. Welcome in. How are you? About that's why I thought it was Dee with you today. I almost got it. Well, I think she was last Tuesday. Normally, Dee is on with me the second Tuesday of every month, and she had a doctor's appointment, I think, that day. So I rescheduled her for the fourth Tuesday because there was 5 Tuesdays this month. Hey, Katie, welcome in. She says, hi, everyone. I'm lurking today, but sending my love. Sent you a message earlier. I don't know if you got it yet, but thank you for the book. I got it. Mimi Tammy says, you got this. To Noelle. Jill says, tired. I worked last night, took a short nap, but have to take dogs to the vet. Oh, well, I hope everything is good with the doggies. Just normal shots. Oh, good. That's good. Katie says, oh, good. I'm glad you got it already. No, I didn't hear the message yet. I've had some tough phone calls this morning, so just been kind of trying to zone out. Oh, everybody, please keep Katie in your prayers. She's been kind of going through something that's pretty rough, but just keep her in your prayers, please. Basset hound named Rocky and a Shih Tzu named Pixie. Aw, Rocky and Pixie. Michelle Romano says, oh yes, I did watch that one. That is why I'm going to the neurologist to get my brain checked. Hi, Diane. Welcome in. Lost power with the storm. Oh, no. Well, stay safe. Diane says, Katie, our sweet, wonderful, fantastic Katie's been yarnified. I wonder if she slept in. If Alicia don't make the live this time, then I have her scheduled for next month. So we'll see. It's trying to. I think we got a week's worth of rain in 5 minutes. Wow. That was a heavy downpour. Well, don't know what to talk about. What's going on with everybody? Y'all got something interesting y'all want to talk about? We did get an AC installed, like a little window unit in my grandmother's storage, I guess you could call it. Because we had like candles and stuff out there that might have melted because of this heat. So we did finally get that installed. My chat just quit updating. No wonder I'm seeing different comments over there. Let me refresh my browser real quick. That's just weird. The last one I see is DenyseLee's comment that says, "Hi, Diane Major." So, I don't know. It's refreshing. I wonder why it does that. Sometimes it stops updating the chat. Chat's still loading. 1 second. Now my browser froze. Oh, I just saw Young40mom. Alicia. Let me get on live chat. 1 second. I'm trying to scroll up, Alicia. Hold on. Okay, go to, I'm here. I have no sound. I've been working on the stupid thing for 2 hours. Oh no. Try, go to Messenger and click that StreamYard link. Maybe we can figure out your sound together. Advisory here in Savannah. Oh, thank you, Diana. Yeah, I've had the haircut a while. My chat wasn't updating. I didn't see anything y'all were saying. The last comment that I saw was where DenyseLee was saying hello to Diane Major. Let's see. I just saw another. I have no sound. I've been trying to get on here for 2 hours and my regular channel is still saying I can't get on because I'm not a subscriber. No, you go to Messenger. Oh, she can't hear me. Okay, hold on. I hope she can read that. Aw, Summer says she was playing with the kittens. Hi, Zach. Welcome in. Oh, not showing text. Well, on my phone, it was showing it, but I was watching from YouTube and it wasn't updating the chat. Yeah, StreamYard sometimes has problems. And so does YouTube, so. How can I do this? Trying a different outlet. Yeah, YouTube's been scrolling lately too. Showed, oh my, was your top amazing on last night that Diana D showed. Just beautiful work, and you looked beautiful as well. On whose live? Hi, GanniJo. Aw, 5 days old. 3 of them are going to be fluffy cats. Hi, Melanie J. Diane Major says, GanniJo's in the house. Darn, now I better behave. I'm not behaving unless Crystal tells me I have to. As long as you don't cuss or anything like that in my chat, we're good. I think Nightbot would get you. Oh, Diana D's Monday mate. I wonder if I sent her the correct link. Let's see. I think if I ended up, it might kick me out for a second, but I'll be right back. I'm going to try resending Alicia the link. There I am. Yeah, it froze me. It froze the screen. Diane says, Zach, I'm not watching you get in trouble. I'm not testing that out. I don't cuss. I try not to cuss on here. I do cuss sometimes, but I try not to because I try to keep it family oriented, safe if little kids are watching too. So, aw, thank you so much, GanniJo. Morning screaming goat. I should have brought Alicia up before to make sure we wouldn't have had problems. She used to be on my channel a long time ago. There she is. Hi.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh,
Can you hear me?
This is, yes, I can hear you. Okay, so it let me connect to you with the Young40mom here through the Yardbird, or what's it called? Yardstream.
StreamYard.
StreamYard. I don't know. I keep wanting to say bird. Maybe because it shows a little duck. But for some reason, when I try to do it through my phone, I got no sound, no nothing. And I've been trying to work on this stupid thing for 2 hours. So I went through the Young40mom and I tried to get it on the Young40mom on my phone. And it was telling me that I could not send any messages. I was messaging like crazy, trying to let you know what was going on. And it wasn't going through. And then I went back and read it and it said that I had to be a subscriber for more than 7 days. I'm like, I've been with this woman for years. Yeah. This is ridiculous. It did that to us last year. Remember when I used to do it before? It, for some reason, it wouldn't let me communicate with you whenever I would come on to talk to you with the lives, not share the live, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yay! I'm so sorry. You were having so many problems. We should have tested this out a few days ago to make sure everything was working properly. Work out the kinks.
Well, I went ahead and I grabbed my old phone, and that's what I'm using. And I'm just gonna fool with my other phone later. How are you?
Good. How are
You've been on here a minute or two already.
45 minutes. Yeah.
Oh Lord, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'm just glad you're okay. I was like, well, maybe she went to town. Maybe she forgot. Maybe she's still sleeping. Maybe, and I kept like, well, maybe she forgot. No, I reminded her yesterday, and I was like, well, I hope she's okay. I hope she's okay.
I was good to go. I'm gonna go after we get off here. I'm gonna go check out the Young40mom thing. I think what I'll do is to the Young40mom, I'm gonna unsubscribe to you and maybe wait 24 hours and then resubscribe and see if that makes a difference.
Your aliases. I could see them both. Now, if you had somehow went through Messenger, it will open somehow, and it maybe, I don't know.
I was going through YouTube. I was trying to get on there through YouTube. And it gave me that same pop-up message that said that I was not a subscriber, that only subscribers could talk through your live. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know. That's last time it did that was when I had to go through the Blind Stitcher, but the whole phone sound thing, I have no clue what that was all about.
Yeah.
Ugh. That was frustrating. I'm gonna go get my tripod. Let's go into my craft.
So let me write down these gifted memberships from GanniJo. Thanks so much, GanniJo, Karen JSP, Joanne B, Sally Stevens, Mark, Dee's Mark.
I need coffee.
And Frenchie's Fiber Files.
I'll put you on my stove. Oh, I wonder if I turn it sideways.
How's all your little pets doing?
Ornery as ever. They're Ramsey. I've been doing a lot of lives on TikTok, and Ramsey's been, of course, he's got to get in the picture. Turn you this way. I'll make myself a cup of coffee. He's got to get in the picture whenever I'm filming, of course. So, and then he did that when I did my Sunday video too. Where the heck is my?
Aw,
So what did you miss?
Do what?
What did I miss?
Not too much. People were talking about their mates, and what else did we talk about, everybody? Don't even remember now. A couple of people are doing granny squares for this one lady. Her name is Diana D. Loves Yarn. They're hosting like a crochet along friendship blanket. So a couple people were talking about that.
Okay. What's the deadline on that one? Do you know?
Do what?
What's the deadline on that? Can you still not
No,
hear
I
me?
hear you. I just sometimes with StreamYard, when I talk and then you talk, it cuts it out. So I didn't only caught of it, part of it.
The deadline. What's the deadline on that? On the granny square thing?
What's the deadline, everyone? I have no clue. Let's see. My chat just jumped. Welcome in, Sally. Diane Major says, we hear you both. Melanie J says, Alicia, hello. Great to see you, my friend.
It's been a morning, afternoon.
Welcome in, Yarn Therapy with Ruth.
I do have a question.
Okay.
I was curious. I can't. I know it's too late to get involved and it's probably over. But did Dana do a Christmas in July this year?
I think she stopped doing that because I had asked myself. I asked, I think last month, somebody if Dana Wonderlust was still doing the Christmas in July fairies, and she says no, nobody's doing it anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
She did it like 3 or 4 years, and I guess that was it.
Yeah, I remember the last year I was doing all the third one, and there was a lot of controversy with the rules and everything, and I wasn't sure, and I noticed I hadn't, well, because of my vision situation, I wasn't able to see anything last year.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if they had done that or not. Oh, that's sad because I really enjoyed doing that.
Yeah, I did too. But there is something similar. If they still do it in the fall, it's like the gardening community. It's called Fall Fest.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a collaboration, and it's any channels like crochet or hunting or all different kind of channels can join in, and I think it's hosted by Gail's Southern Living.
Is that the same one that did she's like a homesteader or something? I think I remember getting involved in that.
I think so. I think
year.
I think.
Yeah, and anybody could get in on that. That was fun. That was really interesting because it was very diverse.
Yes. They're saying January, but it says emails were due for granny squares. What do you mean, Tammy? Okay. Like due by a certain date?
I was going to say, I've got a ton of them. I'd love to donate, but I'm sure they have to be a certain size.
12-inch. I do remember that because somebody just said a little bit ago that they're supposed to be 12-inch squares.
Wow. And what are they doing with them? They're making blankets for...
It's a friendship blanket. Now, my comments are not updating over here.
That'd be an awfully big blanket.
To account for people versus spots. Oh. Okay. So maybe just email Diana D, I think.
Okay, I think I'm part of her group.
Bye, Jill J. Blue-Eyed Lady.
Why is my phone not working? Dang it. This one's missing.
Mimi T says, Alicia, email Diana D or Paula Mint. So either one of them.
Hang on. I dropped you. Hang on. Paula D. Okay, okay.
Diana D or Paula Mint. See, I think it's closed, isn't it, Diana says? I have no clue.
Am I still there?
Yep.
Okay. Is it just Tuesday?
Yes.
So I haven't been able to really get on YouTube much lately. What are you working on these days?
Did you ever see that I got my spinning wheel up and running?
I want to say I was listening to it in the background, but I couldn't see it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take everybody for a ride. I might be able to turn my table. And there she is.
Oh, I still can't. Oh, I see the wheel. Hang on. Okay. So I'm going to have to put my face up on the screen, so don't freak out when you see a big me. Wait. Okay. Yeah, see, just the one eye.
Yeah.
Just the one. Oh, neat. Have you been using it a lot? Are you comfortable with it?
Yes. I have been spinning yarn. I got her up and running February 23rd of last year. So I've been spinning since then. I mean, it took a little while to kind of figure out the ins and outs and try to, you know, took me about, I think, 3 or 4 days to actually treadle and draft yarn.
Okay. Now, are you spinning from a skein, or are you creating your own?
I'll show you. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right, so I have several different. Now this is just straight fiber. It's in a vacuum sealed bag, and it is like a big strip of roving. Let me find an end.
Oh, okay.
And then what I do is I draft, and my wheel puts the twist in it and turns it into the yarn.
Oh, oh, fun.
Yes. Once that is done, I take it off the bobbin, put it on a niddy noddy, and it turns it into a hank of yarn. So.
And have you created anything with your spun yarn that you made?
I started a knit project, but that was like when I first started like crochet. First spinning, and so I was not consistent really at all, and it was a lot of thick parts with a lot of thin. And so it kind of got on my nerves, but I am a lot more consistent now than I was.
Okay.
But I am prepping for a live sale for next, I think it's the second Friday in August. And I've got 2 more hanks. Actually, this is the next color I'm going to be spinning is this teal.
Hang on.
Teal.
Let me show it again. I'm sorry.
The teal.
Oh, see, that looks gray to me, but that's my.
That's also the lighting. Also the lighting kind of. But this is some stuff that my friend Katie had sent me for my birthday. And when I get done with my stuff for my live sale, I'm spinning this one up.
Ooh, okay. Is it all different colors?
Yep. It's got pink, purple, yellow,
oh, wow,
black, orange.
That's cool.
Yes. This one is just so beautiful.
That is pretty.
Yes, it is.
So you've gotten the hang of it, so the tension is just right now?
Yep.
Oh, good. What are you going to make when you spin that one?
Oh, I have no idea. I never know what I'm going to make future-wise, you know.
That's me. I go and look at my yarn stash and go, ooh. I never purposely buy a yarn for a specific project anymore because I don't need to, but my daughter says that I'm not allowed to.
Oh. We have Anvita Sinha. Welcome in.
Hello.
And we have Mel, Lathalia's Little Hook with Melanie. Yarn Therapy with Ruth. I actually made my niddy noddy. I bought some PVC pipes, and they have 4 end caps, 2 T joints, and you just cut the certain size of the PVC pipe. And I found a measurement spec online where you can have a 1 yard nitty knotty or a 2 yard. Send me an email, Ruth, and I'll see if I can find that website where I created, had the dimensions.
That's cool.
Because every time I look online, the nitty knotties, you know, are very expensive. And I'm like, I was able to make mine for less than $5 buying the parts. So
how much do they usually run?
Let's see.
Oh.
I really don't know.
Okay, we're good at it.
Let's see. Well, some that are 3D printed look like $3.93 on Etsy or $25 if it's made out of wood. An Ashford one is $36. So yeah, they can get pretty pricey depending on how good, you know, the material is.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try not to drop you. I think I'm situated. Oh,
Melanie J says, your daughter growing or grown up, Alicia, so fast.
Well, you know, you were talking about Friday, you're doing your live. That's the day she leaves for college.
Oh, the second Friday, you know.
So I'm the 15th. Yeah, I'm going to be a total. Well, no, that wouldn't be the second Friday, would it? The 5th, whatever the 15th is.
I think that's the third
second
one. That's the.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's right. Because this Friday's the 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be a total wreck. But thank you. Yes, she's turned into a beautiful young lady. I went back and looked at one of her videos that I've got on here that when she was like 6 years old and she was doing the rainbow loom, and it was like, she was so cute. I mean, she's beautiful. She's cute now, but she wasn't a little snotty teenager back then either.
Welcome in, Dina Cabaz.
Am I on camera? I can't tell.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Let's see. Naughty. No, Nitty. Niddy. Noddy. Nitty naughty. It's it's like the bobbin that is on my spinning wheel. It's rolled up on there. And so you take it and you wrap it on the nitty naughty and it turns it into a hank of yarn. And then you technically have to go and soak the yarn and then hang it to dry. And then you twist it up and then fold it in on itself and it makes a hank of yarn.
That's cool.
I can actually, I'll go and get a couple that I have done already for the live sale. I'll show you. And then I have a couple that are mine that have a little bit of pop of color that I've spun over, I think last year I did it. So I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second, guys.
I would entertain you by answering questions, but I can't see the questions. Crystal has to read them to me, unless I have the phone 2 inches from my face. Then I can read them, sort of. I read off to the side. I have to angle my eye in one direction in order to see on the side, because I have the blind spot in the middle of this one. Of course, I have no vision in this one now.
Okay.
I'm gonna try something while you're doing that.
All right, y'all have not seen these yet, but I will show them on Thursday's video. Make yourself big, Crystal. Yeah, you might be able to see me better, Alicia, if I do that.
Well, I can kind of see, I can't see my face, but I can see your face. How's this? Does this sound better? Oh, hi.
Hi. All right, so this
Does this
is
sound better?
Poppy.
I popped in my microphone to see if that would make a difference.
This is the color Poppy.
Oh, that's pretty.
And you can kind of see a little bit. This is a 3-weight, single roving 3-weight. And you can kind of tell it's a little bit more consistent than some of the other stuff that I've done.
You did a great job on that.
And then this one is emerald.
I can actually tell that's green.
And then this one is aqua. Yeah, aqua.
That's beautiful.
And then this one was, I think, it's a plied yarn. And I can't ply on my wheel very good because my wheel's a she. She's very finicky. She's made with bits and parts of other spinning wheels. So, I mean, she's technically not, she won't ply yarn. And that's where you take 2 singles and then twist them together.
Oh.
Then it makes it a thicker yarn.
Okay.
Well, get it apart. Hold on. There we go. So it's 2 different strands together. But I had spun this up for me last year, and it's my favorite colors, aqua, pink, and black.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you make your own labels too?
Yes, I do. Hold on. I print out, I have a template and I print out the name. It's technically this part up here and this part here. And then I write in all the information on it. And then I put some little chicken stickers on there. And there it is, the label.
I need to do that with my sweaters for the sizes.
So, yeah, I took a break in July spinning some yarn. And then, well, part of June and end of June and part of July. And then I started prepping for my live sale last week or the week before. And I've got 2 left. I'll have 31 hanks of yarn.
Oh, wow.
My biggest live sale yet. Yes. I was like, holy cow.
You have been busy.
I have Hi Mateo.
Is my hand showing? There it is.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know how this was going to go with the vision issue, but I was like, I'm going to take your word for it. You just tell me when I need to get in on camera or if I'm not on camera. Or
You're right in the middle.
Let me show you. This is what, when I film my stuff, this is what I have on.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I put this around my neck and this clips, it's kind of heavy. It's not heavy, but it's very sturdy. And this pops in and out. And then this is a magnet. And so I hold my phone and put my phone right here. So that's how I'm able to do that. Because like I said, I can see it if it's 2 inches from my face and my face is usually right here. So it's perfect. Like it's perfect for my face. Maybe that's where I need to put you right now.
Yeah.
But then it'd be scary because then you would just see the one eyeball. So maybe not.
See, Yarn Therapy with Rue says, I'll trade you a nitty naughty for some reclaimed wool, cashmere, and silk.
Ooh.
Well, I'm not getting rid of my nitty naughty. I mean, like I said, if you send me an email, you can make one for less than $5, probably. Everybody's saying beautiful, love the colors, very nice. Ruth says, I have a lot of lace weight, reclaimed wool, and cashmere that needs to get hanked so I can soak and take the kinks out. Yeah, when I take my yarn off the Nitty Knotty, when it's a single, it like kinks up, like curls up on itself. Looks like a big mess. But then once you soak it and you do something called either thwacking, you take the hank of yarn and you hit it on something, then turn it a little bit, hit it again, or snapping, which you put it on your wrist and you go out. And you just kind of go around in a circle doing that. And then what I normally do is I hang it on a hanger and put a lightweight type on it, and it pulls it down slightly and will straighten all the kinks out.
Okay. That's a good way to get out your frustrations.
Yeah. Yeah, if you take the yarn and you whack it and hit it on something, yes, it is.
I could have used that about a year ago when all this started with the. I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to talk about her temper tantrums. She's made it very clear. Mom, you are not allowed to show my picture. How dare you put up my graduation? I said, I'm proud of you. So now my graduation is now for private on my YouTube channel. Some people got to see it anyway, but
yeah,
the graduation pictures, and I was so proud. But yeah, I'm not allowed to show her picture. And she said, and if you have a problem with me, because apparently I put something on TikTok, and one of the ladies that I worked with at where she works, that's the job I used to have, came up to her and said, you were really mean to your mother on Mother's Day. That just wasn't, she gave her a what for. Wow. And so I had to take all of that down. Oh. It's like, I was just talking to my people about how I was feeling. And yeah, apparently I'm not supposed to show my feelings anymore. Oh. And I told her the other day, I said, it's my dang channel. I can do what I want to with it. And if I want to voice my opinion, I'm going to voice my opinion. I'm sorry. You'll just have to get over it.
Well, yeah, you're the mama.
That's right, dang it. I'm almost 60 years old, and I will do what I want because I don't give a flying flip. No, I love her. Don't get me wrong. I respect her. I'm just not going to. If I have any deep, deep feelings, I've got a friend that I call and kind of spill my guts to her. So
good. Hi, Cindy Lulu of Lulu's Treasure Trove. Welcome in. So for those of you that may not know Alicia, her channel link is in the description box, and also it's pinned at the top of the chat. Do y'all happen to have any questions for her or anything like that? Would y'all like to know anything? You could kind of say what you do and on your channel or TikTok or whatever you want to say.
Well, okay, I have 2 TikTok channels, and I try to post 3 times a day on one of them. Is called Creative Sounds, and that's all it is. It's like from where I do like colorings on an app, and then it does a progression and shows how I colored it, and then I post those 3 times a day because it doesn't take long to post those. And I do ASMR where I'm working with the plastic yarn when I'm creating my plastic yarn, my plarn balls. I do that on the Creative Sounds as well. And then on the Young40mom TikTok, I do like question of the day. I give my thoughts. That's where I got in trouble with my daughter. But yeah, if I have any questions or if I'm trying to address somebody, or I do that. But those are just for fun. That's not really my creative outlet. My creative outlet is my YouTube channel, and it's Young40mom Crafts or Young40mom. I think I shortened it to Young40mom because it's not just crafts anymore. It's majority of it's crafts. I haven't done a getting to know you or getting to know me in a while. I've got a playlist for that, but I have been getting on creative, is it the Blind Stitcher on YouTube? I've been getting on that because that's my ASMR channel. And I've been having issues with the live on that one, and it's been ridiculous. But and I think it's maybe because of my phone situation, but it's pretty much me stringing up. It's just the crinkling sound of working with the plastic and cutting the plastic and stringing the plastic and rolling the plastic. And this is what I'm working on right now. I think you guys saw this in the last video. Can you see it?
I'm making you bigger so they can see.
It's a tote bag made out of recycled. Oh, I'm yelling. The microphone's right next to my face. It's a tote bag made out of recycled grocery bags, and then this is, you can see where I'm going to connect the next ball of. I keep saying yarn, but the next ball of plastic.
She calls it yarn, plastic yarn.
Plastic yarn. But this is old white Walmart bags. And this is old Food Line bags, the blue. And then I have all different colors. And my sister, when she goes to a convenience store, and they have they give her little black bags, so she collects those for me so that I can have some black to work with, which is really cool. I don't have that much, so it's few and far between. And like at Halloween time, people will use orange bags, and so I save those up. And then there's a Thai restaurant that my daughter and I like to go to, and they use a specific color, and it's like a real pretty teal.
Ooh.
And so I've been saving and balling those up. And I told my daughter, I said, you need to come in the craft room. She said, why? I said, come in the craft room and look and see these balls of plastic yarn I've got. And she said, what are you talking about? I said, do you recognize this color? She said, yeah. She said, it's from the Thai place. I said, do you see how many balls of this that I have? And I had like 6 balls. And she said, what does that mean? I said, do you know how many bags it takes to make one ball? And I told her, and she's like, we've been eating there a lot. I said, yeah, we were going there like almost twice a week when they first opened. And then we backed off to about 2 or 3 times a month now. But it was quite a bit for a while there. And I was like, do you know how much money we spent? Well, now that I'm unemployed, we can't do that anymore, except for special occasions. So that's usually where she likes to go for her birthday.
Sally Stevens says, what crafts does Alicia like?
Well, I originally got obsessed with cross stitch. In fact, in my Etsy shop, I was making my own cross stitch patterns, and I'm not a hoarder. I am a cross stitch supply collector. I was, and then I went blind in my right eye about 4 years ago, and so it was making it more difficult. And that's when I picked up my crochet again, which I've been crocheting for 48 years. So I picked that back up again, and because when I started to have vision issues in the good eye, I had to do everything by feel. So that's when I discovered the campfire cardigan, and then I kind of adopted it as my own. And now I have like 20 or 22 cardigan sweaters that I have to put in my Etsy shop that I've created and changed the stitching around. And so that's what I've been obsessed with here lately. And that's when I started I want to say about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, I started doing more of my yarn collecting. So I have a yarn collection, and I have a needle collection, and I'm a hoarder. I really am, but because 3 rooms in my house are nothing but yarn and yarn projects and yarn stuffs. And then also, before the eyesight started to change, I was starting to make stitch markers and jewelry, because I've done jewelry off and on for years. And so I was collecting beads and findings and things like that. So now I'm thinking about venturing, if I can, like I said, as long as I can put things 2 inches from my face and wear these things, I'm going to start trying to work. And what's funny is because my perception's off. So when I go to put the tools onto the findings, when I'm trying to work them, I miss it. And so my judgment is off. So it takes me 5 times longer to create a piece than it did before when I had vision. So bag charms. I'm going to start doing bag charms. So hopefully I'll be able to. And then for a while there, I went through my phase where I was making the beaded pins, and then I went through my phase where I was making the beaded bookmarks. But once I made them, that was it. I'm done. Once they're gone, they're gone. I've been putting them in my giveaways for the ones that I'm not gone on my Etsy shop. And so yeah, so a little bit of everything, but that's the majority. Working with beads and bindings, working with yarn. And I haven't even tried to pick up the cross stitch because I don't want it to break my heart.
Yeah. Let's see. Mimi Tammy is asking Alicia, what's your favorite project to crochet?
Oh my word. I go through my phases. I went through my sweater phase. And I still tend to go back to that if I find in my stash some really cool yarn that I think would be a beautiful sweater. I'm working on dresses right now. That's what my obsession is right now. I don't have any in here because I've got nothing but my Plorn stuff in here. Working on V-neck tops and sweaters is my obsession right now. And I'm changing around the different stitches and the different textures. And the first one I created, I made it myself. I made up the pattern on my own, and I had my daughter look at it, and I was working with the Aloric Baltic. I can never say that. I have to look at the band to tell you what the name of it is, but it's a 60-40 cotton acrylic blend. And it's really nice. And then I had some white cotton, some sugar and cream cotton that I added because I wanted some length on it. And I started making the top when I started piecing it together. I was like, ooh, I really like this. And I like the feel. And I tried it on. And I was like, I wonder if I could make it into a dress. So I started flaring it out a little bit. And I was writing it down as I was doing it and scratching and writing so that I might be able to create a pattern. I'm not great at creating. I'm good at cross stitch patterns, but I'm not good at crochet patterns. So I may do a tutorial. I don't know, but that's my new obsession now is working on these V-neck tops. And like I said, I turned that one into a dress. Somebody said, do you want to go to the VFW, do karaoke and have a couple beers? And I was like, let's go. So I went and I got 2 orders.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. They wanted exactly what I made, but I'm like, oh, all my pieces are one of a kind. I could not tell you what I did to this one. I can make something you can pick out what you want, but that's what I'm into right now. That and working with the plastic yarn. I'm gonna in summertime I work on my winter stuff, and in wintertime I work on my summer stuff. But right now, amigurumi was my go-to. I was obsessed with amigurumi for the longest time, and then I started doing some craft shows, and I really enjoyed that. But then God decided it was no longer time for me to see anymore, so I couldn't do those because I couldn't drive. So I went back to doing clothing pieces. So that's what I'm doing now is clothing pieces.
Summer says, and this is referring back to when your daughter got embarrassed. She says, if the kid is embarrassed by how she behaves and the result you feel, then she needs to get herself right with life. She cannot rightly silence you when you feel a need to reach out to friends.
Yeah, and that was my point of doing it, and the point of letting her know that I was hurt. Because sometimes when you tell your kids something, it goes in one ear and out the other, especially when they're teenagers. And she gets it now, and she's realizing it. And I told her when she goes off to college, I said, you're going to realize how much you really are going to miss me. I said, I don't want you to have to, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because, we've all gone through it whenever we've left home. When you're, especially if you're close to your mother. And it's been nothing but me and my daughter her whole life. So, because Jeff and I, her dad, he wasn't really here much anyway, but we split when she was, we split when she was 2, and we tried until she was 3. And then it was just like, we don't like each other. So,
Diana Crane is asking, what size hook do you use? Like, what's your favorite size hook, I guess?
Oh, okay. So right now, I go back and forth. Right now, I go between a 4.5 and a 6. Usually a 5.5. 5 and 5.5 is my favorite. Comfortably. When I was working with the amigurumi, working with the bigger needles, if I'm doing the plush, if I'm it was harder on my hands, but now that my neuropathy is under control, I can actually work with them. When I was doing my smaller amigurumis when I first started, I was using a 2.5 and between a 2.5 and a 3.5. I haven't worked with that in a while. I'm sure it would probably cramp up my hands now, but around a 5, 5.5. That's my favorite hook, my go-to right now.
Mimi Tammy is saying, Alicia, have you checked into the lamps with the magnifying also? It helps me.
I have one. It has a USB port. I did buy one. It's got it's a. Are you talking about the one that goes over your head, like the mag lights? Or are you talking about, like, I bought one that attaches to my craft table, and it's got a ring light, and then it's got a magnifying glass. I got that to make my jewelry so that I could put my face up on it, and it shines down so that I can see to work with my hands.
I think she's meaning that one because she says checked into the lamp with me.
Okay. Yeah, this one, yeah, I can't, my table is too thick for me to clamp it onto, so I got to figure out what I can clamp it on because it's top heavy. Once I put it on there, it's top heavy. So unless you clip it to like your table, I could probably do it to this little wooden table that I've got you on right now. I could probably do it on that, but then I'd have to move everything.
Also make a floor lamp one, like one that stands on the floor.
Oh, that's right. Ottlight came out with one, didn't they? They're pretty pricey, but used to Joann's would have them for like 40% off. Unless I can get a 50% off coupon. Michael's carries them too. I'd have to look online. I know the ones that I looked at that I really liked were in the couple hundred range.
Yeah.
But I would have to try to figure out where I could put it.
Yeah. Welcome in, Margie, Arrow Lover. Demetra the Naked Snail says, Alicia, I still have the cross stitch kits I won from you.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that was back in the day. I don't know if anybody that cross stitches still watches my channel or not, but I'm glad that somebody does, that somebody's getting some enjoyment out of that.
Melanie J says, congratulations on your 2 orders. Diana Crane says, when using the plastic yarn, what size hook?
I haven't picked it back up in about a year or so. I've been doing nothing but stringing, but usually I want to say, let's see, do I have it over here? I don't. I want to say around a 9mm or higher, depending on the thickness of the plarn. I know that sounds funny. Okay, let me get my ball. So here's my typical ball. So when you start working with it, it's very forgiving and it's very thin. Have I got it up there?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very forgiving and it's very thin because as you work with it, it compacts. It gets really, really skinny and small. So it won't hurt my hands and it's more loose. I work with usually around an 8 or a 9. But if I'm working with, and this is where I just do the circles and loop it together, there's another way that you can make it to where if you have bags that are stronger or more sturdy or thicker, I would do like you do t-shirt yarn and make it one continuous strip. And now if I'm going to do that, I usually will work with about a 5.5 or a 6. I'll use a smaller needle for that. For this one, you can see the stitching is kind of small. Let's see if I got it. Is it on there?
Yeah.
Yeah. The stitching's a little bit, you can tell by my hand, the stitching's a little bit smaller. So I want to say with this one, I used about an 8 because those of you who've worked with this, you know that over time it does start to really hurt your hands, because you can't hold it in your hands. Like, I loop my thread so it flows through my fingers. Can't do that with the plastic because it literally hurts because of the texture of it. Yeah. Over time, it really hurts, and your hands start cramping up because you have to be more forgiving with it. You have to work with your tension. If you go in there with the mindset that you're going to crochet like you do with yarn, your hands are going to hurt. They're going to hurt. Yeah. Between the rubbing of the plastic constantly on your hands, or the tension, or the pull, because you have to do it more loosely. You have to find your comfort zone when it comes to plastic. I can't work with it all the time. Yeah. It comes and goes when I can work with it.
Welcome in Ellie Leva, Yarny Crafts and More. I saw we have Bridget and Karen ABQ. Welcome in. And Ellie says, I still visit your channel, Alicia.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I try to put up everything every week. This last time I think I went almost 2 weeks without putting up something, and I'm getting behind, but can't get your views that way, can you?
No.
No. If I'd stay off of TikTok, but my TikToks are only like a couple minutes long.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you posted everything you did on TikTok on YouTube also, then you'd have content constantly going up.
I do that on my shorts. Mm-hmm. You'll see a lot of them go up on my shorts, unless it's not, because you can get away with a lot more on TikTok, and sometimes I get a little potty mouth, so I don't put those on YouTube. Yeah. And if it's adult content, I don't put those. I mean, if I'm talking about something adult like, I won't put those on YouTube. And if it has on TikTok, it's more forgiving as far as like copyright music.
Yeah.
I don't put those on YouTube anymore because they ding me every time, and you do not get your watch hours if you have copyright infringement on there. Yeah. So, and even here's the thing. Let me rant about this for a second. With YouTube, they offer in their editing studio, they offer free music to add to your content, right? Mm-hmm. So I've even used their free music that's supposed to be royalty free, that's supposed to be not copyrighted, and I've gotten dinged for copyright infringement on that.
Well, some may change it later on. I have read that. Certain songs might end up changing the royalties later on.
Okay.
So that could have possibly happened, but they also have now where you can share the revenue with a certain like creator that created the song. If they have it on YouTube or whatever, you share the revenue from it, but you have to pay for that one. Those are the ones you have to pay for.
Okay. I have no revenue, so I don't know why that's why I left the ones that I had up there with the copyright infringement on. I said, screw it. I'm going to go ahead and leave them up there because I'm not getting paid anyway.
Yeah, so. Yeah. Welcome in, Mama Gwen. Let's see. Bridget says, great to see everyone. I hope you're all doing well today and making something amazing.
Thank you. I'm trying.
Summer, welcome in, Summer. I've seen you a couple of times. Just hadn't said hello yet. She says you should get a thin glove, like a silky material, so your hands are protected and you can still feel the flowing.
Oh, feel it through. Well, what I do is I'll hold it like this instead of threading it through my fingers like I normally do. I'll hold it and pick it up and wrap it like I did when I was 10 years old. When I was 10 years old, that's how I did it when I used to crochet. I would take it and I would pick it up and wrap it. So I had to revert back to when I was younger. And I do it that way and do it. And that's how I'm able to do it longer than I used to. But yeah. I see what you're saying though, so it would glide through better on my hands.
Yeah. That's kind of how I first started when I was learning to knit. I would take it and wrap it around the knitting needle and then wrap it, back for a purl. Or
I still do that with the knitting.
I actually learned how to hold it in the same hand as I do crochet wise. So I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna start a new knit top and incorporating your yarn in it, Crystal. I'll show you when I get done. Aw. Well, thank you so much, Karen.
Fun.
Is it one of the hand spuns? I think it is. I think she won some hand spun yarn.
Oh, now my face is above my name. Yay. I'm holding my stand. Really? Really? What? Oh, mommy's talking to the camera. Come
Is
here.
that Ramsey? Oh, y'all gotta see this doggy.
He's got to get in on it.
He's such a cutie.
He's all sweaty. All sweaty. Are you sweaty? Yeah. Rotten. Spoiled rotten. You spoiled rotten?
Ramsey.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. You're going to get in my face? Okay. 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 I love you too. Yes, I know. You're stinky. It's something about a Chihuahua in the summertime that they have these sweat glands that smell like stinky feet.
Oh no.
Wow. We got a bath last week too. And yesterday we had to trim our nails. Yeah, we did. We were not happy with mommy about that.
Aw.
All right. Go. Come on. There you go. Lay down. There you go. He's my passenger princess. Let's see if I can tilt him. He's my passenger princess. So I was talking about not being able to drive. Well, with the 2 surgeries that I had on this eye, on a cloudy day, I can actually see well enough to drive down the road. I know, don't freak out. Be glad y'all don't live in Tennessee, but I'm okay. And he'll ride in the literally passenger princess. He'll ride in the passenger seat. He's got a pillow that says princess, and then he's got a blanket that he lays on top of that, and he just lays there and just watches me drive and then looks out the window, and I'll roll down the window so he can get some fresh air every now and then.
Aw.
So we only get to do that maybe once a week if we're lucky. Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. Summer says, "Aw, cute." Mimi loves crochet says, "Precious." Arrow Lover says, "So cute."
Thank you.
Ellie says, "He's adorable." KimG says, "Handsome puppy."
Rotten puppy.
Yeah, and isn't he like 5 or 6 now?
He is 6 and still weighs 5.5 pounds. Yeah, he don't weigh but a minute.
Hi, Gracie. Gracie Canalish says, "Hi, Crystal, Alicia, and everyone. Just stopping by to give you a thumbs up. Lurking. I'll be on vacation until next Tuesday."
Oh, fun.
KimG says, I think she's meaning cats hate nail trims too.
I do my cats too. It's actually, my cats give me, believe it or not, my cats give me less trouble than he does.
Oh.
I think it's because they're used to it. I've been doing their nails because I've got 4 cats. I've been doing their nails since they were kittens, so they're used to it.
Yeah.
And the only time I really do them is when I hear them walking across the floor and they're sticking to the carpet. That's the only time I really do the cats, because they usually sharpen them and shed them on the cat tree.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they're walking across the carpet and I can hear them sticking to the carpet as they're walking, then I know it's a danger and I need to trim them. But I don't, yeah, I have less complications with my cats. I've got a couple of friends who have cats who said that they tried and it didn't work out for them. It was a battlefield and they walked away with some scars. And I said, well, like I said, I've been doing mine since they were babies, so they're used to it. I just cradle them in my arm underneath my armpit, and they make their fussing noises, but they don't try to kick me or run away or anything because they know what's happening and they know they're going to benefit from it.
Yeah.
But him, oh no, I get those scissors out and he runs and hides in his house. He freaked out. So, but it's getting to the point where I'm going to have to start taking him and having them professionally done. Only because I don't want to. With the cats, I can see through. Like I said, I have it right up to my face, and I can have their paws right up to my face. I know, which is scary in itself, but I can see through their nails to see where I need to stop. Whereas with his, I can't judge it sometimes. Poor baby.
Arrow lover Margie says, I have to bring my cat to the vet to have hers done. She will not let me or anyone else touch them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I bet my cat Canella would let me.
Is she very laid back?
Yeah, she actually is very, very chill. Unlike, do you remember my cat Oreo, the black and white one? I had to put her to sleep last year, and that was kind of tough. But I started. It was in June of last year that I put her to sleep, and she got sick all of a sudden. Found out she had nodules in her lungs. It was either cancer or it was like a really weird fungal infection.
Oh wow!
In her lung tissue. So I ended up getting her some antifungal medicine and antibiotics and stuff like that, and she didn't last 5 days later. I had to go back in and put her to sleep. But
I'm so sorry.
After all that, about a month later, I started going 2 houses over to my neighbors and started visiting Canella. And I think for about a month and a half, I went to see her because she had kittens, and then they had to get rid of the kittens, and then by October 27th, she officially became mine. So, but I would go and see her like once a week, and then it got to I would go and see her every day. So we built a relationship up before I ever got her. So when she came here, it was an easy transition. But yeah, she's very, very laid back. She would probably let me clip her nails and just be like, kind of put her paw in and just let it sit there. So she is a orange cat.
Orange tabby.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way Copper is. Maddie says he's not orange. I said he's blonde. She goes, no, I said he's buff. The vet said he's buff, and she said he's blonde. I said no, he's like a very, very pale, creamy orange color. But it's very. I don't know if you've seen him before, but he's 5.
I think I remember you had just gotten him like before you took your hiatus off YouTube. You were talking about you were trying to find him a home, and then you ended up keeping him.
Yeah, he was part of Boo Boo Kitty's last litter before we had her fixed, and he was given to someone. We thought he was a girl because he was I want to say 2 months old when we gave him to her, and his stuff hadn't dropped yet, so he looked like a girl to me, but I can't tell, and he's still fuzzy. And she decided, oh, we can't have pets in our building, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, why did you want him to begin with? So he's in shell shock. He's still kind of skittish, but we've had him since he was 3 months old. A month later, she gave him back to us, and we went ahead and took him, and trying to find a home for him. But Maddie's adopted him, but he's now officially 5. Boo Boo Kitty is 8, and Midnight is 10, and Ellie is 13.
Wow.
Yeah. And when Maddie leaves, I want to get a guinea pig.
Oh, I had a hamster years and years and years ago. But that didn't work out really well.
No, and I'm going to have to be careful with the cats too. I think I'm going to have to keep it. If I decide to do it, I'm going to keep it in my room and keep my door closed at night so that I could sleep peacefully and not have to worry about the cats. But I think if they get used to it, maybe because it's bigger than a mouse and a hamster and a rat and
They might freak out. Like, what is that thing?
I'm moving. Yeah. And I have a feeling that's going to be very interesting, and I'll have to probably get down in the floor with them and make sure that they understand. Don't eat it. You play with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I know I can't have fish because the last 2 times we had fish, they went missing.
Oh.
They started disappearing.
Yikes.
So the only thing we can guess is, because we didn't have the other 2 cats, we had Ellie and we had Midnight. The only thing we can guess is Ellie used to sit up on the dining room table, which is where we kept the fish tank. And I think she was going fishing while we were asleep.
Oh.
So yeah, so we can't have fish because they disappear, literally disappear. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mimi Tammy. She says, Crystal, you are an awesome Canella mommy.
You're an awesome what?
My cat's name is Canella.
Canella mommy.
Yeah. And I didn't name her. Our neighbors are Hispanic, and so they named her Canella, which is Spanish for cinnamon. So her name is actually means cinnamon.
Oh, that's cool. That's appropriate for her color. Back down there.
Summer says, my cats are hunters. Don't know if that could be trained out of the babies even.
Yeah, if they're natural hunters, no.
Yeah.
Ours are 2 of them are strictly indoor, and the other 2 are mostly indoor. They like to venture out during certain parts of the year. They'll go out for a few hours and they'll come back in, but they have hunting instincts. They like to go after the birds outside, and you can always it's funny because you can always tell when the birds are around, because they'll come in and parts of the back of their legs will be missing fur from where the birds attack them.
Oh.
And pick the back of their legs and their fur. Yeah, it's kind of comical when they come after them. It's like, well, if you leave them alone, they wouldn't come after you. Of course, they don't understand what I'm saying, but
yeah. Arrow Lover Margie says, I just threw yarn in window. Is that the right terminology for subscribing? Yes, technically. So she just subscribed to you.
To me?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. I try to watch my, I have that other YouTube app. Is it YouTube Studio or is it YouTube? I think it's called YouTube Studio.
Yeah.
Creator Studio or something like that, where you can go and you can look at your analytics and your algorithms, and that's how I'm able to check my messages. There's a place where you can click on the button Community, and then it shows all the messages that have come through, because I sort it through unanswered. And if I give you a little heart, that means I was able to read it. I don't necessarily am always able to send a message back because of my typing situation. I can hit on my microphone. It's funny. I can hit on my microphone and I can speak, which is what I usually do. And my daughter cracks up. She goes, Mom, did you really send me that? Some of the stuff that comes out of there that they interpret as what's coming out of my mouth is so comical.
Yeah, that happens to my my mom too sometimes when she's using the text to speech or text speech to text.
Yeah. That's the majority of my life is the speech to text. Now, yeah. And I use, for more precise stuff, I'll use this. And that helps me out but still it's only one little dot at a time, so it takes me forever.
Yeah.
I'll put my handy dandy neck piece in and do this if I don't want to hold my phone anymore.
And I don't know why I closed this eye, because there's nothing for me to see with this eye, but I it's just a habit. I close it, and I don't know why.
Well, just I do the same thing when I'm putting on makeup. All like, close one eye to see the other.
But you can see out of that one. See, I close the one I can't see out of. That's why I don't understand why I do it. It's like there's no point. I can't see out of it anyway. Yeah, I think it's just a face adjustment thing that you do. It's just habit.
Like when you're trying to feed a baby and your mouth goes open, like to make the circle to grab the food. Same thing. It's like you do it anyway.
There you go. That's what it is. Oh my goodness.
Margie says, same here, and I don't proofread it before I send it and find out afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Summer says, oh,
go ahead.
Summer says, is it better to put comments on your page in all caps or use bold text?
It doesn't matter either way, because the blind spot in the middle of the good eye, I still have to move my eye to the left or the right in order to see the whole word, because of the blind spot. Like if the word, say the word here, HEAR is on there, all I see is EAR unless I move my eye to the left or right, and so I can see the H. So whether it's small or whether it's large, it really doesn't matter. It's just me being able to actually see the word, period. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Bridget's
I went
laughing at us.
Yes. I went to their second, the disabilities, SSDI's second doctor. This one was an eye doctor specialist that they sent me to 2 weeks ago. And she said, yeah, we can confirm you have no vision in that eye. And I see the scar tissue in the left eye where you're seeing the blind. And I see where they tried to laser and fix it. She said, so I can confirm that everything that your doctor has turned in is absolutely correct. And so I'm like, I said, thank you for validating that I cannot see in the center of my eye, because my doctor didn't want to break my heart. And he just said, well, you've got some scar tissue, so I'm not sure why you think you have that blank spot there. But I can't see anything else. But she validated it, and I was like, thank you, I appreciate that, because when I go to read your chart, if it's an E, I see three lines. I don't see the bar that connects the 3 lines unless I look off to the side. And
like
so we were trying. Yeah, she was trying to
little.
do that with me. And so she's like, oh yeah, I see it. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for being honest with me and telling me you see what I can't see. So I'm still waiting on that as well. So I think it went well, and I think I should get a decision here shortly, hopefully, because it's been a year since I worked, and it's driving me nuts. So you would think I would do more stuff around the house, but it's my perception's off, and so I'm drop things and I miss things and I spill things, and I can kind of see when I'm cutting like vegetables and stuff, and so I have to be careful, and I have to hold my hand, like they show you hold your hand like this when you're cutting so you don't cut your fingers. So I have to do that definitely now. And yeah, it's been an adventure. It's an adjustment. It's been a year, so I'm getting better at it, which is a good time since Matson's leaving for college, so I'll be by myself. So it's a little bit easier for me to get around and not bump into walls as often. And so, yeah.
How far is she going? I mean, like, is she like going to be kind of close by, or is she like an hour, 2, 3 away?
She's going to be between 2.5 hours away. She's going to be closer to Nashville, and I'm closer to Chattanooga. So I was hoping she'd go to Knoxville, because Knoxville is only an hour away. But no, she's going to Cookeville, which is close to Nashville. She's going to Tennessee Tech University. We've toured the college, and we went through the orientation and the welcoming and the We tried out the cafeteria, and they have vegan options for her, which is great. And it was really good. So, and it's really cool. The cafeteria, the way it is, if you purchase a meal for that meal, like for breakfast, lunch, dinner, whatever, they offer 3 squares a day. And the way that they do it is you have your ticket, you give them your ticket, and you go in there, you can eat as much as you want. It's not like a set meal that you're purchasing. You can go into, there's like 7 or 8 different stations. Like they have a pizza and pasta station. They have a homemade station. They have like an Oriental station. They have like a fresh station. And if you get your meal, you eat it, and you're still hungry, you get to go back to try one of the other stations. It was so cool. So I told her, I said, well, I don't have to worry about you going hungry.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about her going hungry or
No.
not eating or anything like that. Welcome in, Paper Airplane, Kentucky. I believe that is Storm Radio's and Cat's other YouTube channel. Barry, am I correct? I think so. Hi, Rainy. Welcome in. We are coming up on almost 2 hours.
I'm so sorry I was absent for the first 45 minutes.
It's okay. It's okay. We are going to have Alicia back next month on a Friday. I'm right. It was Barry. It's his other channel. The 4th Friday next month. I got the date. I think it's 22nd.
22nd, I believe is what we said. Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
I'm liking daytime stuff. This is really nice. It's comfortable for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have to see how the Friday nights go.
Yeah. Hopefully it's a little better.
I'm going to test the waters on my sound. I'm going to test the waters since it's been a while since I've gotten on here with you. I'm going to test the waters with my sound. I'm going to test the waters with my setup and my location and stuff. I like this tripod better than the ones I've had previously, because if you remember when we used to do it before, mine was always falling over or something was always happening with it. This one I like because it's got a magnet on it, and I'm going to start going live on my channel. So what I'm going to do is, I don't have it here with me, the other phone. I went ahead and plugged it in. How I'm going to do my lives, since I can't read the comments, is I'm going to have it with my other phone, and I'm going to have it as just for YouTube, so that I can have the comments next to me, so I can actually read them and then address them through my phone. So I figured that would work if I did it that way. But you said there's kind of a lag.
A tiny bit. Sometimes there's a tiny bit of a lag between StreamYard and YouTube when you're seeing the comments. Like, if you're watching off YouTube, you can see the comments almost like instantly.
Okay.
But when you're watching from StreamYard, if you're on StreamYard, then it takes a couple of seconds, maybe like 10 seconds before the comments actually appear on your chat in StreamYard.
Do you like StreamYard better than running directly through YouTube? YouTube's picky. It's very finicky.
The only other time I actually tried to go live from YouTube, it was very choppy, very buffering all the time. But that was only my first live, but I was also on a laptop that was really, really old, probably wouldn't have been able to do YouTube.
Gotcha.
Streaming, so that's why I went with StreamYard, and I've just used StreamYard since.
Yeah, I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I do the blind stitcher when I'm doing my ASMRs. I use the other phone, and I put it on my, of course it's reverse camera. I put it on my neck piece and to do my stitching, but it magnifies everything. Like it puts it like right here. It's like, I don't like that. So I may try the StreamYard with that one.
Do you have a Roku TV?
I do.
Okay, what you could do, They the YouTube app, sign in or watch your live from the YouTube app. They actually have where you can see the comments on the screen, like right on the right side of the screen. They have where you can have a live chat now, so you can actually read people's comments.
Well, what I thought about doing is since I've got a smaller TV in my bedroom that's a Roku, but I can watch it, but I can't see who's who.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm going to take that TV and put it in the craft room so that I can have it on my table. And it's like right there. So I thought about doing that. I thought about going through and filming with my phone, but reading the comments off of my TV. And then that way I could do it that way. I would think I would have to mute the TV though.
Yeah.
So that
You
it
have to
doesn't,
mute it.
yeah, so that it doesn't go back and forth like on a radio station. Like when you call in a radio station, they tell you to mute your sound so that it's not echoing back and forth. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, I thought about doing that once Maddie leaves. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna interchange the TVs that I have in there, because the one I have in there, the HDMI went out, so I have to plug in like 50,000 things just to get any kind of sound or anything like that. It's just really old TV, and I'm just going to pull it out and put the little one in there since I'm not using the little one in my bedroom anyway. And I'll be able to actually see it because it'll be right in my face.
That is strange. Mimi Tammy says, I have that crystal, but my eyes have trouble seeing the chat, and it's a large green TV.
Huh.
She just had eye surgery end of last month, and I think on one eye, and then beginning of July had surgery on the other eye.
Okay. Does she have a
She
cataract?
also has macular degeneration.
That's what my grandmother had, was the macular degeneration. Mine is retinopathy from diabetes. You know, they tell you that, you know, you have to worry about heart disease, kidney failure, and loss of limb, because I have neuropathy in my hands and feet. So I was very careful I changed my diet, you know, I was very careful with that because I don't want to lose a limb and all that, and wasn't even thinking about protecting my eyes. So that's what got me. That's what got me. And by the time that I changed my habits and everything, the damage had already been done.
Yeah. All right, let's see. Since you haven't been on here in a while, why don't you give me a keyword to draw for the entry giveaway?
Oh, you're doing an entry giveaway. Okay. Let's go with Ramsey. We'll go with Ramsey.
That's Ramsey, right?
Correct.
Alrighty, everyone. So this is the keyword Ramsey. It's her little doggy. So that is our keyword for the entry giveaway today. Yeah, I've started doing entry giveaways on every live I do, and sometimes I throw them in videos that are hidden in there, not announcing them. But
that's a good idea. I may steal that.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I mean, there are so many ways that people can get entries on this channel. It's unreal. If they gift a membership, they get an entry, and then also whoever gets the membership will get an entry as a member. I include members. They can do super chats and super stickers to get entries. They also leave comment under the monthly giveaway video to get an entry as that. And then sometimes I do every single live. I draw 5 names. They get 2 entries each, and everything goes in a book.
Oh, neat. Okay.
And then, but I write everything up on little pieces of paper, which are actually tickets, but I don't call them tickets. I don't use them as tickets. I use them as little pieces of paper that are already pre-folded you know.
Okay. That's how I've been doing my giveaways. Which July's giveaway is still going on right now. I am doing the drawing on Friday the 1st.
Awesome.
And you get a lot. Crystal's attest to that. You get a lot in my giveaways.
I have not done really much filming in front of my yarn shelf, but the little rabbit that I got from you is hanging on there, and the little Grinch keychains on there, and the little poop emoji keychains on there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, there's quite a few things on there. Melanie J, Adele, she says retype. I mean, Melanie J is telling Adele to retype. I saw somebody come in that was new, or maybe they've been lurking. Young King 1. Welcome in.
Hello.
And
so is lurking where they come in but they just don't say anything?
Yeah, they're just sitting there watching in the background.
Okay.
That there is going. My mom just sent me a message.
That's good for your hours though, right?
Well, yeah, that helps.
I mean, you want people to engage, but I mean that's good for your watch time.
Oh, Mimi Tammy says my eye doctor told me that only patients he has go blind are diabetics.
Yeah. They're trying. I've had 3 surgeries on this eye, and they're trying, because I say I'm blind. I see a little bit of light. If there's light coming from one direction, I can see the light, but that's all I see. I'm still getting injections every 2 months, and I asked him if he's going to do another vitrectomy on it, where they go in and take out the inside and fix the back and fill it back up again. But he said, what happens with your eyes when you have different surgeries, eventually your eye will say, no, I've had enough, and it will shut completely down, and then it's gone. So that's what he's worried about this one. He doesn't want to stress it out. So we're going slower with this one to see because believe it or not, when I had the first surgery on this one, I had vision for the first time in 3 years. I had vision for a month. It was awesome. I was so excited. I cried. And then it was gone. It was gone again. It was like, wow. So that gives me hope. But yes, that's true. I believe it. That's what my doctor says too. So it's just, I tell people and I stress, and every time I've talked about the different eyes, it's like, people, please, if you're diabetic, watch your vision. Go to your doctor regularly. I did not go because I thought I had to have eye insurance, and it's covered under medical. I didn't know that. Had I known that, if somebody had told me that, I would have gone when this vision started going in this one, before this one even started. So, yeah.
Summer says, looked it up. There are for sure TTS that work for reading components and such for you. That might be a good option.
That's what my grandmother did when she had macular degeneration. She had a program that was put on her computer so that it read everything to her, and then she read it back, because if I'm not mistaken, it's where your vision goes in the center and you can only see around your peripheral. Is that right? That's what she had.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
Barry says, the lurkers are bashful, haha.
I used to be one. I can't say anything. I'm like that on my when I go on a live for TikTok. I just like to see what they're talking about and see what they're selling or what they're doing. I do the same thing on the TikTok. I don't get on many lives I always miss the lives on YouTube.
Yeah. Like if I'm sitting here spinning yarn on my spinning wheel, I'll put one on the TV and might say something in the chat at the beginning, or I might not say anything at all. I'll just sit there and watch. That's a lurker, you know?
Yeah.
Nobody knows you're there.
Yeah.
Or I will watch the replay.
Mm-hmm. That's usually what I do, is the replays.
Yeah. Barry says, my eye doctor is a looker. I don't mind going for appointments. Summer says, try doing patches over your better eye and see if you can trigger that eye to work by making the brain use it for a couple hours a day.
I can't, and I'll tell you why. It's because my viscous is discolored, and what it is there's a gel called viscous in the center of your eyeball that holds it open like a beach ball, like the air in a beach ball, and it's discolored. And because it's discolored, until he takes that out and replaces it with oil or an air bubble, I will never be able to see out of that eye. That's what they had to do with this one.
Let's see. All right, we are up to 24. So if you have not yet, please enter the keyword Ramsey. I'll give it about 15 more seconds and then we'll start drawing. Adele says, not bashful, just busy crocheting.
What are you doing? Hey, where are you going? Okay. Ellie made an appearance. She ran across the floor, looked at me, and then ran into Matson's room.
She's like, hello, goodbye.
She says, you're on TV. I'm not taking that chance.
Okay, 25 with Michelle Romano. Somebody said earlier they just subscribed to you. I don't remember. I saw it in passing and forgot who it was now.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Diana Crane. She has a yellow picture with like a big crane in her picture. And she goes, through yarn in your window, Alicia.
Thank you. Is that the new saying now? Through yarn in your window?
Yeah, technically.
That's cool.
Since we're crochet type channels.
I'm learning the new stuff. I've been away a while. All I'm doing has been posting. I haven't really watched much because I can't.
Same here. Well, that's if she goes live from YouTube, Melanie J. She goes, Alicia, do you see how Crystal has set a goal? You can too, but she's not monetized, Melanie.
Yeah, no.
I know you want to be eventually. You used to be, and then they changed the rules of YouTube monetization, and then she got demonetized. But that was like what, 5 or 6 years ago?
Yep, sure was. Yeah, they. I've got the subscribers. I just don't have the watch hours, and I was gone for a couple years, and then I'm just now started coming back about a little over a year ago, I guess. Yeah.
They also have something now called mini monetization. It is, you only need 500 subscribers, 3,000 watch hours, or 3 million short views. I don't know. Something like that.
Okay.
So, and I think you can get like do supers and super chats, and on lives you can have the memberships at the mini monetization. You just don't get ad revenue from the ads that are played on your channel.
Gotcha.
So Lithalia's little hook with Melanie says you can get there, Alicia.
I'm a trying. They say you got to post. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Took me a year, but I was doing 2 lives a week almost for my first year. Well, no. After a year of doing lives is when I finally hit monetization, I think, because the lives do help you quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's the thing with me with the blindness and the visually impaired. It's taken me to where I'm trying to get adjusted to where I can do it and be
Yeah.
able to see. So, but I mean, because that's why I do the ASMR, because with the ASMR, I'm not talking and I'm not really interacting.
Yeah.
It's just sounds that people like to listen to, or people just like to watch you when you're working on something. So that's all the blind stitcher is just sounds. And so I don't really talk very much on there. But with the craft channel, of course, I would like to interact, and but yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to figure out where I can actually see, so I don't have to put the phone right in my face and scare people.
No, Michelle, you haven't. You're in there. We haven't joined yet. We're fixing to. Summer says, make notes. Make note. Go. Oh, I mean, I think she's meaning to everybody. She says, make note. Go. Put watch on all her stuff to build her watch hours. So she's asking people to go and watch your channel, run your playlist. And
thank you.
everything.
Yes, run the playlist. Getting to know me. And that, I think they're all anywhere from 20 minutes to 30 minutes. And that will, you'll get to know who I am and what I'm about and my family. And it's not crafting. I do have crafting ones, but I have a book review tab, I believe that's a playlist. I haven't really done anything. It's all cross stitch stuff though.
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna say, because I haven't done any book reviews with the crocheting because I've been giving away my crochet books.
yeah.
But thank you. No, I appreciate it. Yes, I do have playlists on the Young40mom channel.
All right, we are going to draw. Barry says, I have no idea if I can go live on paper airplane yet. My drone can actually live stream live to YouTube, Twitch, etc. I think if you went through StreamYard, you could go live at any number, I think, because I started going live when I had like about 400 subscribers. Well, you know that you use StreamYard,
Yeah.
Barry.
Well, I know that you can go live on YouTube with any subscribers, because I only have 79 subscribers on my blind stitcher channel, and it lets me go live.
Now, I mean, they used to, like on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, on a phone they used to say you only had to have 1,000 before you could go live. But
Back
now
in the
they
day.
changed that. You can go live from any device from YouTube at any.
Yeah.
All right, good luck, everybody. Here we go. Ellie's Yarny Crafts and More. Congrats.
Is that farm animal sounds?
It's goat. Oh, I never got to show you. I have a chicken sound effect.
Hang on.
A
Okay.
chicken one, a goat one, a Bigfoot one.
Oh, that's funny.
And I have two more. Hold on. I don't use these two too often. I have a cat one.
Where did you get that?
And a sigh. Like, oh. The chicken one, Dee and Mark of Dee's Creative Hands Crochet gave me. And the rest, the Bigfoot, the goat, the sigh, and the cat, my subscriber friend Chuck, Holistic Patriot, sent them to me as a gift.
That is so cool. Huh. Are they just like individual little
Yeah.
like
this is one of my favorite right here, and a lot of people in the chat like this one. It's a screaming goat.
That reminds me of the Taylor Swift song Trouble, the ones that did all the memes with the song Trouble, and every time she'd say trouble, they would do the little screaming goat. That's hilarious.
And this one is a Bigfoot howl, and it sounds like a foghorn.
Wow.
But there's others. There's like snort, roar, groan. And then on the chicken one, there's a crow, a squawk, cluck, and baby chicks. And
Oh,
yeah.
funny. Now I got to go to Five Below and see if I can find any over there.
I know he ended up getting some on Amazon, so you might be you can order them straight off Amazon too.
Okay.
Michelle Romano. Congrats, Ellie and Michelle. So yeah, thanks to Mark and Chuck, I have a bunch of different sound effects I can do for when they do super chats or gifted memberships or entry winners like now. So everybody seems to have their own ones that they like. Good luck, everybody. Number 3 is Karen JSP.
Oh, I like that one.
It's the baby peeps. All right, next one. Good luck. Mimi loves crochet. What are we gonna do now? How about the kids?
Oh.
One more. Good luck. We'll do a cat one for this one. Mel, Latalia's Little Hook with Melanie. It actually drew your name.
Was that a cat?
Yeah, that's the cat one. There's also a Mew. Or the first one I played was the Mew. That one's the meow, and then there's a cat fight. That one's pretty long.
That one got Ramsey's attention.
And then we have a purr.
That sounds like midnight.
Congrats, everybody.
Congratulations.
You get 2 each. And we draw Friday for the monthly winner and the member winner. But if you have not yet commented on the July monthly, there is a specific question. So make sure if you have not commented yet, you watch the video, answer the question, and I will get your entry into the book. All righty. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me and Alicia. And Melanie J says, Alicia, I remember when you showed the kittens.
Oh, yeah. That was 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. In August, I'll have my channel 5 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah, they were born May of 2020.
Mimi Tammy says, thanks, Crystal and Alicia. Roseanne says, have a safe rest of your day, everyone.
Thank you. You too.
All righty, everyone. Well, we're going to get out of here. We hope you enjoyed the live and have a good day. Take care. Stay safe. And I will have Alicia back next month on a Friday live. I believe it's the 4th Friday of the month because the second Friday is my live yarn sale and the 3rd Friday is the sit and spin with Katie and Bridget. So hope y'all have a good day. Take care and stay safe, and we'll see y'all later. Bye for now, everybody.